So this is my 1993 Miata 1.6 litre engine mounted on a half-ton engine stand bought from Harbour Freight. I currently got it mounted at 4 points. I've got it mounted, the mounting points are all on the actual block, engine block itself, and it's mounted in 4 points. Here, this would be the bottom of the block if the engine was the right way up. And there's actually some dowels which stick out of the engine. I'm not sure if the dowels can be removed, but I had a hard time trying to get them out. So I've left them in and then put in a protective washer, an aluminum washer here. Assuming that metal's softer than the steel that the arms constructed from, so I'm assuming it's less likely to damage the dowel. I could be wrong. And down here I've mounted to the top of the block, and I've got 3 packing washers. It probably really needs 4, but I ran out of washers. And you'll need some bolts to do this. You can actually use a couple of the bolts that hold the transmission bell housing onto the engine, but I had to buy some bolts, a couple of bolts. So in the end, I've just used 4 bolts that I bought from McMaster's. So I've got what are they? They're M12. With a pitch of 1.5 and 80mm long, and then some M12 aluminum washers. So those are sort of handy if you want to mount the engine up onto the engine stand. Initially, I did have the engine mounted. I had it attached at the top of the block, and then I also had it mounted onto the oil pan using some of the bell housing bolt holes here. And that was sort of easier initially because it avoided those couple of holes with the dowel. But the problem with that setup is that you can't remove the oil pan, so that's why I switched over to mounting from the actual block itself, which I think is probably a better way to go.